is some high clouds, mostly blue skies here. The track temp is 120.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Bristol Motorspeedway in Bristol, Tennessee. And it's 80 degrees up there. It's a beautiful day for a race. And we are on our FS1 for today's race. Actually, of course. And of course, and we're watching the race. And here we come. And the green flag is on the way. Here we go. It is a challenging racetrack. Wow. And it looks like we got lap 500. We got a long way to go because we're in the first stage. Very first stage. It's like very first stage.
Larson battling Riley Herbst, who has his best ever cup start. He was only the third driver to go out to qualify. We thought early drivers to go would be at a disadvantage, but that's when the track was warmest, and he was rewarded with a great lap.
Okay, this is where you see him now that they've locked on. You're looking at Bell right there, get in line there, and he follows suit. You get stuck out, see Ty Gibbs on the outside, you have to be careful. He slid up and he didn't want to be there. You can lose a lot of spots quick.
Gibbs started fifth. He's fallen out of the top 10 in that quickly. 4 laps.
Cars loose.
Yeah, and we've seen so many changes. Well, we expect a lot of changes to these cars as these guys went from practice. There was a lot of cars that were all over the place. So, you know, a lot of times you fire off right here and the car doesn't handle very well. And he's Ty Gibbs in a spot right here he doesn't want to be in that second lane. So not a fun situation to start the race here for the 54.
Suarez to the inside, and Gibbs forces his way in line in front of Zane Smith with Noah Gregson trying to give him a bumper tap. Gregson couldn't get down. Smith may get that spot. That's the first side-by-side battle.
And he just couldn't waste any more time. He had to force the issue to get down. It's one thing to play nice, but sometimes you just got to put it into it and take a chance.
No rubber up in that second groove, not yet. But that will all change as this race unfolds.
And it's not going to take long for that top to rubber in. Once this traction compound starts to, you know, wear off a little bit, the speeds come down. You'll see guys jump up the racetrack. We've had the O'Reilly race yesterday where the cars moved up the racetrack, but it's going to take some time to get this bottom lane worn down.
Michael McDowell, 23rd, he drops in line in front of Ricky Stenhouse. And there's Cole Custer trying to come from the back. From 30th spot, he's picked up 1 there against Kyle Busch.
Yeah, and right now, these guys at the back of the pack, they want to do everything they can to move forward, but it's really hard to move forward when you have that traction compound on the bottom of the racetrack because everybody's so hooked up, and the only way to really move them out of the way is to knock them out of the way.
Remember, William Byron had to go to the rear because they changed the steering rack this morning. He has made almost no forward progress. It is so difficult to pass here in the early going when it's a one-groove racetrack.
Well, and the other thing is everybody's tires are new, and so, you know, we got to get some wear on the tires to start to showcase some of the handling differences between the cars. So it's going to take a little bit. It's going to take 25, 30 laps for it to really show up.
Yeah, and it's showing up fast for these leaders. That Ryan Blaney's putting really fast laps down and catching the tail end of the pack quick.
Well, he is literally a straightaway behind the last place car. But as we're on board with William Byron, who's running in 34th spot, he's going to have to get going because he's going to be the guy that sees that leader come up pretty quick with where he started. But usually what happens in that situation, those guys start to get desperate at the back of the pack. And they aren't going to give up the bottom, so Blaney's going to have to make a decision to either use the front bumper or go somewhere else.
So as everybody settles in with the traction compound down in the lowest 4 feet of the racetrack, that's where everybody's running, and this track just becomes the world's fastest conveyor belt.
But this is exactly by design, and watch me, folks, and trust me. As soon as Ryan Blaney catches that pack, you're forced to go somewhere else, and that's where it gets tricky. He has to stay going because that second-place car will catch him in a hurry.
And really, it's a game of, as we're on board with Chase Briscoe right here, our Toyota Racing Gyro Cam, really gives you a great sense of what the drivers are going through as you go down into the banking. The driver loads up in the seat right there with those 3Gs like Larry was talking about, and really flattens out on the entries and the exit of the corner. So things happen fast here at Bristol.
And thanks to the fellows at BSI that do all of our onboard camera installs and development. That's the best gyro cam I've seen.
Well, yeah, the timing of it's actually right, and it really gives you a good indication of when the banking is changing and all the things that are happening.
It's the perfect racetrack to showcase that, too. And listen to the throttle out. Like, when he's going, you come off the gas, and it's you got to get it in a rhythm, Kevin. That's what I've always tried to sell about this place. And if you don't, it can become chaotic. And you don't breathe, and you have to slow this racetrack down, and it's very tricky to do.
Well, and it becomes a game of time, right? Like, you just don't want to give up time. As you see Blaney approaching the back of the field right here. It's all about how fast can I make a pass, how much, if I make a mistake, I only want to give up a tenth, not half a second. So it's all a game of time to give up as little ground as possible.
Took him 20 laps. When you want to talk about time, Kevin.
Yeah, he's right there on the tail end of the field. But drivers that have lost ground, Chase Briscoe started third. He is in ninth. He's lost 6 spots. Ty Gibbs started fifth. He's back in 14th. He's lost 9 positions. You saw him up on the outside. Took him a while to get down into the low groove and get in single file line. There's your Monster Energy Cam on board Gibbs.
Yeah, and the other thing that's going to happen, you're going to see a lot of cars that are good on the bottom, and when this group flips, somewhere at this race today, you're going to see some cars that weren't as good on the bottom be really good on the top. So this is going to be a tale of 2 stories as we go through this afternoon.
Ryan Blaney has lapped Chad Fincham, the only non-charter car in the field, making an occasional start here in the Cup Series, and now pulls down on Cody Ware, the 36th place car.
I've been watching William Byron in that 24 car, just a couple of cars in front of these two. He's already trying to move around a little bit and feel that outside, but you can see the grip on the bottom. The good news is, as hot as it is today, I would think that that's going to wear off even faster.
Yeah, and you'll start to see, like we did yesterday, that bottom groove will start to lighten up where those left side tires have picked that traction compound up. But you're seeing the rubber go down on the right sides right here on William Byron's Valvoline onboard. So he wants to move up and try some things, but he just doesn't have a lot of time to give up that leader right behind him.
Yeah, don't take that shot out the back of that car because the leader is there.
The only way you could do that is get up there and clean that up, and that's exactly what he's doing. He has a little bit of time here before Blaney catches him, but not much.
"27 laps complete, just like that." Ryan Blaney out front at Bristol.
Alex Palou is obsessed with speed. Shelley is not. So you'll forgive Alex if the next time he gets milk, he decides to get it here. You want to catch Alex Palou? Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
I had tens of thousands of dollars hanging over my head. If I was only making minimum payments, it would have taken me 54 years to pay this off. At National Debt Relief, you have someone in your corner that's fighting for you.
Whether it's credit card, medical, or personal loan debt, National Debt Relief can help you to become debt-free.
National Debt Relief was able to reduce my debt by over $21,000. National Debt Relief, they got me out of debt.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to find out how you can become debt-free.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Meet the new Sonic All-American Smasher lineup. Hand-smashed patties made with Angus beef, always made to order and served hot off the grill. It's a classic American cheeseburger leveled up. Order in the Sonic app today for $0 delivery fee. Live free, eat Sonic.
The Barn Bar, the county's best hangout, just got better. Here's the Living Smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
We've got a new intern joining
Let's make history, team. Talladega. Every tailgate gets a hype man. Idea 2, every first timer should get a Talladega welcome. And idea 3, use the spotters for the fans. Lock in here, buddy. Yeah, copy that, copy that.
Noah, Talladega is already the biggest party in NASCAR. You don't change it, you embrace it.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
You haven't said that once.
It was implied.
It's on April 26th. The next race going to be a
Saturday night
Talladega.
baseball night on Fox, and this week it's Ronald Acuna Jr. and the Braves.
So the Phillies took on the Atlanta Braves this Saturday on Fox, and the Rangers took on the Rangers this Saturday at
Saturday 7 Eastern, only on Fox.
It was only on Fox.
All of 39 laps. Kyle Larson caught him.
And welcome back
They have lapped
to
William
Bristol
Byron.
Motorspeedway of the
Steering
Food City
issues in
500.
qualifying. They changed the steering rack, so he forfeited
And as
that
you can-
spot. And starting out back is never a good thing here at Bristol.
Well, he didn't forfeit many spots, so they already had a bad qualifying run, and we know he's never led a lap here. So
The important thing is to stay with them leaders and go with them when they make that hold and stay on that lucky dog scenario.
yeah, which he's not in right now. You see the car in front of him, Jamie.
Yeah, just to update on William Byron, I talked to his crew chief, Rudy Fugel, and he said it started in practice yesterday. That car just felt so heavy, really hard to turn to the left. That's why they qualified so terribly back in 34th. And on top of that, he said the speed and the balance of this 24 was not good either. So a mountain to climb for William Byron, who, as you guys noted, just went a lap down.
Well, Jamie, that bye week was much needed for Ross Chastain and this one team. 5 straight finishes outside the top 15. And their crew chief, Brandon McSwain, told me during the break they had some very honest conversations about where they need to be. Send it back to you guys.
Godding, Blaney moved up to try to make a pass, and Larson went right around him.
And that's
Yeah,
the
it's
thing
a beautiful
about Larson,
day
he's so good at it.
in
You're gonna see
Bristol,
Blaney try to move
Tennessee,
around the
but I've
racetrack
been
right
to
here.
that
And like we talked, Larson
the
already
state
been
of
back- he'd been
Tennessee
already
like
been back there
3
too.
years ago when I used to be on my way down to Georgia.
But Kyle Larson is so good
And
at these
you tell from
situations
Philadelphia,
where
the state
the
of
groove you know is
Pennsylvania,
going to move up,
and West
and you know the
Virginia,
bottom is going to wear
Virginia,
out.
and
and being able
Tennessee,
to be creative. You saw
until
him back there,
I
diamond in that corner.
arrive
You see the
in
groove right back
Georgia.
on the bottom of the racetrack right now. So to me, that tells me there's still a ton of grip on the bottom.
And
if the
some
bike's
tells
still running
me
the bottom of
that,
racetrack
you
like
know,
he is right now.
Georgia has just been
Christopher Bell
just
moving up. He
choose
takes
something else.
fifth place away from Tyler
Like,
Reddick.
it's just,
Looks like more drivers are
yeah, I
trying
think we
the
got
upper
having
group
it
in 3
now
and
because
4 than in 1 and 2.
whenever
I would
like,
agree
we
with that.
go, like,
And I'm starting to see cars getting loose into the corner. We're talking about more horsepower, less downforce. I think that's playing into the scenario here.
And we heard that a lot yesterday, Clint. William Byron, one of those cars, and but several of them were talking about the loose condition as they would run, getting in the corner. And there's just nothing worse here at Bristol than to have to turn right to go down into the corner. And I think sometimes you might want to move up the racetrack a little bit to try to not have to turn that car so hard into the corner. Regan?
Well, Kevin switched over to Ty Gibbs in the number 54 car after we saw him lose all those spots on the top side at the start of the race. Been silent on the radio so far, hasn't said anything about the car or losing those positions, and that's exactly what crew chief Tyler Allen told me that they've been doing all year long. Focus forward, look out the windshield, don't worry about what's behind you. Been doing that in the car so far.
we have 2 stages left after this first one.
Simply everybody else got
Alright.
to the bottom lane and didn't
So,
leave him a hole to
I
get
know we
into.
did this one the
Yeah,
other
sometimes
years
it just
ago,
works
like
out that
5
way
years
as
ago or
well.
less.
Blaney rolled right back in on the back bumper of that 5 car as
So-
he catches traffic.
He sure is. I mean, we saw Blaney get loose, made that adjustment, trying to get around SVG and open the door up, but I don't think this battle's over. Might see these two putting on a show all day long.
Yeah, and I love the cat and mouse game here, Clint. When guy thinks you're going to run up the racetrack as you've caught him, and then he moves up the racetrack. And you run
Carl
up onto
Lawson,
the
I
racetrack.
think he's in first place
When
right
you're
now.
evenly matched like that, and you're going
He's
through
a-
traffic.
next to the races, I think Blaney, he's in the second place, but yeah, he's in the second place. I mean, Carl Larson, he's in first place, and Ryan Blaney, he's behind him.
Kevin, walk me through the process of
And
going
it
out there.
looks like Blaney and Kyle Larson is in the lead.
But you have to kind of work into
But
it.
now, yes, Kyle Larson still backing in the lead, but Ryan Blaney, he's still in the second place.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle Larson liked the fact that Nemechek was intentionally trying to do that.
And again, I know how all these fans got here. If most likely, I'm sure that this,
yeah,
you know,
I think that the process of moving up the racetrack as you watch,
like since it's 80 degrees out there, which is warmer now since spring, it's here. Spring has sprung.
Rubbered in groove that you can see.
And that means all these fans and everyone else can wear the super slide sandals or whatever to this race. T-shirts, sunglasses, hat, everything. And don't forget sunscreen and just keep away from the sunburn.
The top 10 on the grid were covered by exactly 1/10 of a second. That's how close this field was. But Bell had to overcome, well, 5 rows worth of cars to get where he is right now.
And they've only slowed down like a half a second, 0.6 of a second. So, but at Bristol, that's a lot. If you can keep your car hanging on, as Christopher Bell has done, as now you see Riley Herbst, who's had a great qualifying effort, and now you see that one car starting to slide backwards a little bit, Clint. We actually talked about that before the race, them needing to be able to make their car run a little bit longer than what they have been this year.
Riley Herbst trying to work his way back to the front. Started fourth, running fourth right now, as Kyle Larson had a little trouble there in traffic.
We'll be right back on the other side of this break.
Nothing
We can take commercial break right there.
That means we deliver knockouts. Boom.
Welcome to the jungle.
We don't just ride the bull.
We are the bull.
We're light
And
duty,
also we have a caution going on.
Hurricanes and Hellcats, and we're backing them with
And he does.
powertrain limited warranty.
And we're on a caution right now.
Making NASCAR winning Ram. We're never gonna
No, it got me on a caution, isn't it?
because nothing
But it
stops
will.
Ram.
All right, so you got the memo. Looking good.
Brian, there seemed to be a lot of tension
It
in the
started on
turns.
June
What happened?
28th
Yeah,
soon,
well, when
but
it
then
gets really hot and it cools
month and a
every
half,
turn matters.
Yeah,
NASCAR on
when it gets that
TNT
hot,
will start.
Turn.
Ryan,
Well, I get that, but can you take us through the last turn?
like he said, every turn matters.
If you want to turn data into decisions, then make every turn matter with Trimble. Confidence at every turn.
Welcome back to the Food City 500, and
Turn 2 from contact.
Well, I see the Goodyear lettering.
and
off
I
that
see
left rear
right
a little
now,
bit. Let's
I see on
watch
turn number
why. Back here in
2
the
there
back,
a
check
bit of
this out.
contact.
Looks like Stenhouse on the inside of him got up and got in his left rear and spun him right around.
Oh wow, yep.
Yeah, it looked like the 47 of Stenhouse might have had to chase his car up the racetrack, and like we saw with Ryan Blaney earlier, got loose. Brad Keselowski just happened to be in the wrong spot.
Oh, yeah, he just spun him around, and he do. Oh! And he did.
Now Brad will stay on the lead lap. Here's some radio from Ricky Stenhouse.
Well,
all good, right? Yeah, I'm plenty good. I didn't really see
yeah, I think we have some cars are going into the pits right now. And I say all these cars, they got radios and like to hear from their crew chiefs. Because, you know, crew chiefs is the most important command. And of course, I want to tell you this, these tires on these cars are new. And the other years ago,
Christopher Bell up 11 positions where he's
we
starting
had
in third place right now. Very happy. Doesn't
like
have any
old regional
complaints
tires,
from the car.
and
Team's
still now
complimenting
did
on
some
him
years
on
and
his
years
patience
go
behind
on,
the wheel right
and
now.
it just
And
transitions to
Ryan
new
Blaney, the
tires.
they caught traffic, started
And
to fight
these
with that car
some
down
cars
two
have different brands,
Both
and
sides
of
the
course,
racetrack here, you enter the pits at turn 2, and under caution have to come all the way around and exit at turn 1. 2 drivers stayed out. Chase Elliott, Josh Berry.
We'll be right back on the other side of this break again.
Try Taco Bell's new Lux Value Menu.
We can
10
see the
items,
commercial
all
break right
$3 or
there.
less. Like the new chocolate fudge and caramel empanadas.
And of course,
You might
we're
think you need a
FS1 for this today's
reservation.
race.
You know, with 10 items, all $3 or less, don't let the Lux go your head.
Taco Bell.
Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness.
And there it is.
Ford is synonymous with desert racing. You gotta keep pushing. The desert's not
Beautiful day outside of the
It
break.
sure isn't paved. It's a challenge just to finish.
Ally helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If red touches yellow, it'll kill a fellow. But if blue touches white, it's flight. Head for the mountains.
We'll come back later.
Kubota Orange Days is here, where you can turn dream projects into reality. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
The finest luxury fragrances are now exclusively available on everything you wash. Unstoppable's Unlimited Collection. Add it to your wash and everything will smell divine. Luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell unstoppable.
Full Dr. Pepper, cherry is the best.
Rich Dr. Pepper, blackberry is the best.
It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
I reckon it's Dr. Pepper, strawberries, and cream.
Find your flavor.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
Well,
Welcome back to the Food City 500 at Bristol Motorspeedway.
welcome back to the Food City 500.
Proven legendary.
But as you see, we're in Bristol,
This
Tennessee.
is a unique pit road in 2026 NASCAR racing. Under green, you pit
But
on
I
both
said
sides
it
of the
once.
racetrack, but you leave the pits and go back up on the racetrack on the same side that you enter. Under caution, it's different. You have to run the whole pit road all the way around. And Tyler Reddick was nabbed for speeding in block number 4 at the top there above the RI in Bristol.
Yeah, so that's where Reddick was speeding.
So I want to let you know, because starting on April 26th, Sunday, it's time for the Talladega Super Speedway.
We got to go back on that. You said confirm. I thought we went 2 up everywhere. No.
And of course, that's going to be lots of fun, and that's like on the Sunday off.
I am sorry, I did not catch that.
So that is his first speeding penalty of the year.
Yeah, and that's a major mistake right there. You know, that miscommunication in the track position that they have to give up. That's a massive penalty. Michael Jordan probably didn't like to hear that, but he's been around this long enough. He knows how it works.
I can't believe they see he had his bike up.
So he will restart 31st. Tyler Reddick will. The free pass goes to Connor Zilich. And don't forget, the 2 drivers who will restart on the front row did not stop and take on.
It's a shortest racetrack, I forgot to say this.
Bioethanol and Goodyear tires.
Under 70 laps, Kevin, I kind of thought like you did at the top of the show, it'd take at least 100.
And we
for that
are
outside line to
behind the
come in, but it's
pace
already
car.
here.
Yeah, that outside line came in quick, and I think it's going to continue to move up the racetrack. I think the interesting part is going to see what happens
We got
with these 2 guys
56
on the front
laps
row.
to go
Every
in
time we
stage
use this
1.
traction compound, it usually
Got
tears
lots
that
of
left
ways
front
to
tire
go,
up. Larry
like,
showed us
for
one
real.
yesterday and gets feathered.
Now, 5 of the lapped cars stayed out, did not pit, got waved around to the tail end of the lead lap. Nemechek, Van Gisbergen, Gilliland, Dillon, Ty Dillon,
As you
and Cody
see, they're
Ware.
on different
Here we go.
rows.
The Echo Park Automotive
And
restart
we
song.
are back to green, and we're back on the race. 3 wide and front.
For Elliott on the bottom. Except for the guy
At first, it was a 3 wide.
That's a massive deficit.
I believe that was, I think it was turn 1, I believe, but
right now, Kyle Larson, he's just
but it's
much more comfortable moving his car around.
I
the
tell you,
racetrack. He raced on
these
Saturday.
NASCAR fans, they're like very excited to be here. And of course, it's going to be more than ever.
And now he's back on the bottom, knows that's the fastest way around. But those guys up front struggled to get their
Any
cars
race,
to turn. And he
well,
was able to
for
turn
any,
that
like,
momentum
for
around.
instance, any racetracks of any NASCAR races during this season right now where I watch, you know, it's going to be up to basics. Fans and fans. See, that's why everyone has to be at this racetrack before the doors are open. You know, it's like a long race.
As things sorted out.
So luckily it's a daytime race, but you know, any of these races, like the Daytona International Speedway, like the Daytona 500 was a daytime race, and somehow it would be like Coke Zero Sugar 400 Daytona International Speedway. That's a night race. But the Coca-Cola 600 always been held at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's just been the basics.
Yeah, and we've seen that one of Ross Chastain.
We got 50 laps to go. We got a long way to go.
The last run, he faded backwards, and I think right now it's just the aggression on the restarts that's keeping his track position that he has currently.
Larry Mack?
Yeah, I want to talk about the 21 car, Josh Berry, Miles Stanley as crew chief, Chase Elliott the 9, and Alex.
We're on the FS1 for today's race, by the way.
Clicking off. We've got less than 50 to go in this stage. When that caution came out, Chase Elliott was running 21st. Josh Berry was running 25th. Even if they start to fade, I think this is still going to be a net gain.
I agree, but he did a good job. Put that in Josh Berry as well. He held up his end of the deal and got a good jump and a good restart, put himself in position.
We'll keep an eye on that. There's only 2 cars a lap down. Cole Custer and William Byron. Chad Fincham is 2 laps down. The other 34 cars are all on the lead lap here.
Yeah, and really where those, as you see them 3 wide back here in the back of the pack.
Look out. Ryan Preece, go up there in the Harry Gant groove.
Well, Logano tried to block him and keep him from it, but he just moved on up a little bit higher and went right around him.
Yeah, as we ride on board this Ford Racing Cam with Joey Logano, it looks to me like they're definitely off a little bit today. Had a great run at Martinsville, and we saw that miserable week that he had the week before at Darlington. It looks like we're back struggling here at the beginning of this race.
Bradwood middle lane, still clear half mid with a pull down. Watch your bottom exit.
Logano 25th right now. 16 seconds. 16:49 lap times. 9 seconds back of the leader.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful day for a race out there in Bristol, Tennessee.
For the moment.
And also one of the racetracks had a different names, and it was the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but now it's called Echo Park Motor Speedway now. I can't believe that name is going to change, man. I wish they could have kept Atlanta Motor Speedway name, but now they have to change it. How sad that has to be, because why these people and everyone else want to hear the change, but now they have to. It wasn't easy. It's a difficult decision to make.
Crew chiefs and engineers are thinking now.
And they all saw that.
And I'm certainly...
The biggest thing I want to see, what do their tires
and we got 40 laps to go in stage 1.
And I think in the worst case scenario, Larry, at the beginning of this race, right, I think that wear, if they don't look great, probably going to get a little bit better as the day goes on. So if they make it, you know, to the end of this stage, it's going to change.
Because, you know, this NASCAR, well, the only racetrack I know is in Delaware. It's called...
The final stage is twice as long.
It's called Dover International
And you think softer tires, you're like, well, they're going to wear out.
Raceway.
And we've experienced that so many times in so many places.
Yes, Dover International Raceway, yes. That's the only NASCAR racetrack that I know in Delaware. In Dover, Delaware area.
This pit stop in this cycle has changed.
Because that's the only racetrack that I know.
For the rest of this race because of what Josh Berry and Chase Elliott are doing.
Yeah, that's
the
reason my eyebrow the highest is the fact that they were able to not only get a good restart, but they're holding their own right here.
And that's going to be where the deficit is on that restart with the old scuffed tires on there compared to that sticker tire. That's the part that you have to survive. Really, the first lap, if you can just maintain
first corner.
The first corner is tough, and that's where you saw Larson get that position because you just have to wait on the front tires.
Let's update Alex Bowman. He was a story in our pre-race. This is his first race back after being out since COTA, Circuit of the Americas, with vertigo, something they were unable to duplicate in the weeks since, but he kept suffering from symptoms, so they sat him out, but he is back here for Bristol, and wow, what a place to come back with 3G side loadings and vertical loadings in every corner, in every lap, but Alex on the lead lap here, running in 30th right now. Kyle Larson has led 44 of the 93 laps so far.
Well, we'll be right back on the other side of this break once again.
How did you do this? I'll show you.
We can see the commercial break right there. About 31 laps to go in stage 1.
The network can self-heal too. It's pretty cool.
Because the final stage is twice as long.
Something even smarter than Alan?
The only thing about any race is that anyone goes,
A whole
it's
new
just been
species of Wi-Fi at the same price for
very,
5 years.
very exciting.
Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What do I do? I gotta do like
Oh,
5
yeah, she
years
sold the
ago.
Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Very lucrative.
Oasis Breeze, Tan and Spa.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
What makes an experience an experience? When race days
You got
become
28
race
laps to
weekends
go.
and race weekends
All the way to go.
become full throttle memories. So pull up in your camper, pick your favorite spot. First race or 50th season. A community that lives loud, loves hard, and celebrates every damn second.
Yeah, and that's how price tickets. You get the tickets right for any race you want to go to.
Buying a new car? You need WeatherTech. Perhaps a nice used car. You need WeatherTech. Or maybe you're still driving Old Faithful. You need WeatherTech. No matter the age of your vehicle, American-made WeatherTech products are the solution. Because masses don't care what year your vehicle is. See? You do need WeatherTech. Order your American-made protection at WT.com.
We've got a full weekend of football coming up. Friday, 8 Eastern, the Dallas
Like
Renegades
UFL,
quarterback
like United Football League is already started to season ready, of course. And
Saturday at 4, the Orlando Storm.
of course, they're on the separate days. It's Columbus versus Dallas on Friday, this Friday, and then Birmingham versus Orlando this Saturday at 4 p.m. Welcome back to Bristol Motorspeedway of the Food City 500. But as you see, this month is going to be absolutely anything. Oh, the only racetrack that I know in Delaware is Dover International Speedway or International Raceway, whatever they name.
Right before the break, you guys were asking
NASCAR.
about tires and what these tires that came off these cars look like.
You know what?
This
It's
is the
really
tires
fun
off
to
of the
just see
20
a race
car
something
of
right
Christopher
there.
Bell, and I can tell
And
you,
whenever it's
as you look
a beautiful day
across these
outside,
laps and measure the wear on them, these tires look
and whenever it's a beautiful day
perfect.
outside, I'm
Right here, maybe
just
just a
telling you.
little bit of wear on the inner edge of what should be the right rear right here. But if I'm a crew chief and I see this, I'm really happy with it. Softer tires would look better than anything we've seen here in a long time.
has obviously, well, he's had a good weekend. First off, he won the truck race on Friday night, and we know we've obviously seen him in victory lane here. But you know, the interesting part about where we're headed is still that bottom groove, right? Like we've seen the groove spread out, and we've seen everything happen so far. But when does that bottom groove start to give up grip so that the top becomes more dominant than what it is right now? It just hasn't got to that point yet.
William Byron just went a second lap down to his teammate Kyle Larson. Rough day for the 24. Well, let's get an update on the drivers who did not pit during the one and only caution so far. Jamie.
Josh Berry restarted second, and now he's looked back with 2 spots to fourth. Pretty nice day.
Well, I'm just telling you right now.
Remember last race at Martinsville, he finished 10th, moved up 7 spots in the points. A lot of momentum on their side. Happy with their call. So far, the car is good. They're just telling him that the guys that took tires can wrap the bottom a little bit better than he can on old tires.
Yeah, Martinsville, you mentioned, he had the biggest points gain of any driver.
We got 15 laps to go. That's good. I'm telling you, these fans are going to put the people they outside. They can well, I think these fans, people, anyhow, they need to purchase their tickets like a few days beforehand or advance
harder than he expected to.
Well, that's not the first contact
before they
between those two.
make it their way into.
You know, listen to Jamie's update on the 21. The 9 car, however, didn't get that good jump and you know, established up front with clean air, and he's mired back here in traffic at the deficit of old tires, struggling a little bit more.
12th right now. Trying the outside on the number 1, going way up high, and there's Busher looking on. Right now, Cindric is in position to get the last stage point. 12 laps from now.
12 laps to go. Which is a
big fade here in these last
I know it's a long race. I understand that.
That's right.
And of
that's
course,
experience and wisdom, and Allen does that so well on top of the box for Chase Elliott, of knowing that
there's a lot of these races are just so fun to watch. Well, every team broadcast. Oh, starting on June 28th, for the next month and a half, the next couple of months, they're going to have a broadcast. It's going to be NASCAR on TNT. It's going to be very exciting broadcast to watch. There's only one thing to find out. There's a lot of cool races out there.
Chris Busher completes the pass of the 9. Daniel Suarez next.
NASCAR.
8
laps to go in stage 1. Carl Lawson is still in the lead. Bell is now behind him. Ryan Blaney, he's now in 3rd place.
Zane Smith right here.
Well, when he took off, he had a really, really loose race car, and it still looks like it's out from underneath of him quite a bit. And you know as well as I do, it's hard to keep a loose race car here underneath of you. It's especially hard when you're door to door and trying to hold it off the cars, or 3 wide.
And Gibbs is running right about where he restarted after the caution flag. Here's some radio on the 54. I'm sorry, this will be Tyler Reddick.
Feel and let's listen to one of the radio from Mighty Disciples. Yes. Tyler Reddick is the team communication for the for the team communication.
With 4 laps to go in stage 1.
We got 4 laps to go in stage number 1.
And that 23 car had more problems with brake shakes than anybody I know, but hard to drive here at Bristol when you have that.
And that's by Tyler Reddick, and he's a driver, and he had to communicate with the
and that's
the
really
crew
not
chief
something that
or
you're
something like
today.
that. Because now these cars always have crew chiefs. Any NASCAR races, you know, try to get your popcorn ready or your lunch ready or something like that when you watch the race or anything like that. It's like going to be more magnificent. We got 2 laps to go, 2 more to go, and stage 1.
2
more to go.
Hamlin's had a nice drive up to 7th. He's trying to take 6th from Hurst.
And final lap.
Come down to the last
1 lap
couple
to go
laps
in
of the stage,
stage
and
number
Kyle
1
Busch
at
trying to
the
hang on to
Bristol
the tail end
Motor
of the
Speedway
lead
at the
lap.
Full City 500.
Tag up there in front
Now,
of
it
the
won't
leaders.
matter at all
Three
because
wide with
Carl
everybody
Law's
trying
going to
hang
win
on
this
to
race and
lead lap,
stage
one more lap.
number 1 right here at Bristol Motor Speedway of the Full City 500.
So Kyle
Stage
Larson
1
gets his
winner.
8th stage win at Bristol and his
He
first
won it.
stage win of this season.
Stage number 2 is coming your way next.
Like a
Live in this
relentless
break
weight,
on the other
moderate
side.
to severe Crohn's disease